Hello, everyone, and welcome to English Cozy Chat. Today, I have a very emotional story about how I became reunited with a friend after 20 years. So first, grab a cozy drink. I'm actually not drinking coffee today. I am drinking kombucha, which is a fermented drink that is based off of green tea, and it is absolutely delicious. So grab a cozy drink. Let me tell you about my vacation. Cheers. That's good. It's really good. So several weeks ago, I left to go to the United States for vacation to see my family. Many of you may have seen my Pack With Me video when I was getting ready for my trip. Now, usually I go to the US mainly to see my family. But this time I did not only go there to see them. I had a reunion with my high school. And high school in the US is the school which is, I think, from about 14 to 18 years old. These are called different things in different parts of the world, but in the US, this is called high school. And it is typical in the US to have reunions after a certain amount of years. People get together to see each other. And I was raised in a part of the US where my parents don't live now. So when I go to the US, I never see my friends that I grew up with. But this time I did. Now, I already told you that this trip was very emotional for me, and one of the biggest reasons why was I saw for the first time in 20 years my childhood best friend. She and I were inseparable when growing up. Inseparable means we were very, very, very close, as in we could not be separated. And we have so many memories together. But after we turned 18 and school was over, we both went different ways and didn't really talk that much. We were still friends, but we just started living different lives. And she didn't have social media, so I really did not see her. I had not seen her until this trip that I took a few weeks ago. So I reached out to her and we decided to get together at her parents' house. And that house was the house that we always used to play in when we were young. I have so many memories at that house. And we decided to get together there. Now, before I went there with my mom and also with my kids. And before we got there, I was so nervous because I had not seen her in so long. I didn't know what she looked like. I didn't know what she sounded like. It was so strange to have been such good friends with someone and then go such a long time without being in contact. So we got there And the first thing that someone said from her yard was Maria. And it sounded just like her, but I looked up and it was her daughter, who I think is about 10 years old. And at that same age was when she and I were really good friends. And I was like, wow, that seems just like her, but it was her daughter who I had also not seen. And then my friend came out and she just screamed my name. Oh my gosh. I'm I get emotional even talking about this. She just screamed my name and I saw her and it was her. It looked just like she used to and she was acting just like she used to and her voice sounded the same the way she said my name and we just hugged. And I mean, I cried like I was like wailing. I was like, "Whoa!" like crying so much. Like I haven't cried like that in I don't know how long, but it was so special, you guys. Something feels really special to even have had a friendship with someone that was so deep and to not see that person for so long and then to be reunited again is something that is really hard for me to even put into words. It was so special and I can't even really describe the feelings that I had at that moment. And after that, we spent the evening together. It was really cool because our kids played together. And this was so neat because it was like little versions of us playing together, which was cool. And also, our moms used to be very good friends, and our moms were together. So it was just this extreme happy moment and evening. And I will treasure that evening forever because it was really so special. And for me, it kind of felt good to talk with her. And it was like, after all of this time, nothing has changed. Like, we talked the same way about different things, but in the same way, we laughed about things we used to do. And we went back to being best friends just like that. It was so special. So after this very special night, the rest of the weekend was dedicated to seeing friends from my hometown and from my high school. So we had a big event on Friday night where all of us got together at a restaurant and had dinner. And this was so nice to see everyone. I had not seen these people in a very long time either. And many of these people I was really good friends with. It was neat seeing how everyone had different lives and families and different professions and things like that. And it was really special just to be together with everyone. Another part of the weekend that was really, really special to me was to just be in my hometown, to be in the place where I grew up. It had been so long since I had been there. And I have so many memories there. And there's something so special about childhood memories and remembering certain things that you did at certain places and things that you did with your school or with your friends. So being in my hometown again was really emotional for me as well. I didn't get as emotional as I did when I saw my friend, but I did have big emotions during the whole weekend. I also had just some nice dinners and lunches with some of my closest friends. And that weekend that I had in my hometown is something that I will really cherish forever. So this all really made me think a lot about social media and how it keeps us all connected, but somehow it also brings us apart, right? Because I know with my parents, for example, when they talk to their friends, they call them on the phone. They talk to them on the phone, where as in our generation, it is so much easier to just look at someone's Instagram or Facebook and see what they're doing. And maybe you leave them a comment, or maybe you don't. And you feel like you have communicated with them, even though you only looked at their social media. And this situation with my friend was so much more special because she didn't have social media, or she did at some point and it got hacked. And she was just like, oh, I don't want it anymore anyway. And she just didn't have it. And that made this moment so much more special. Because if I would have been looking at her social media over the past 20 years, this moment would have not been so impactful. And this has all made me think a lot more about how I keep in touch with my friends. I have decided that I'm trying to call my friends more, pick up the phone and just call them and talk to them. And I have started doing this, and some of my friends will answer and be like, hello? Is everything okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm just calling. Like, what are you doing? And they're like, why are you calling me? But isn't it so much better to actually talk to a friend on the phone and have a real back and forth conversation? Also, now with voice messages, it's so easy to just leave a voice message and then later your friend leaves a voice message back and you're not having a real conversation anymore. Just the more that they have these ways for us to connect, the more we disconnect. Do you understand what I'm saying? So guys, I would really like to know, have you ever been reunited with a friend after a long time? Or have you ever gone back to your hometown after many years? Or what do you feel about social media and how that has affected the way you keep in touch with people now? Do you call friends now, or do you more message them or just chat with them on social media? I love hearing all of these stories, and I would love to hear them from you. Thank you all so much for watching or listening. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I cannot wait to see you in the next episode. Bye.